Hey, welcome back everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Amuse Jester. My name is Junior. Today, we are going to take a look at the 112 scale male action figure body by Crazy Figure. This figure is another one of my impulse buys. Sometimes I just get these thoughts in my head where I just gotta buy it. And I'm like, sometimes I'm really curious. Sometimes the subject kind of intrigues me. This I bought immediately after reviewing the Crazy Figure 112 scale female body. This was really quite impressive because of the range of articulation. A few things that stood out about this body is having a softer rubberized pelvic area and chest area, which allowed it for more freedom of articulation and more range of movement. I was very curious to see if the male counterpart had the same abilities as well. Now, I was curious in this. I'm not really a good customizer. I don't really want to take the time to paint this all up, but the way you can naturally pose this, like even like this, I'm not even good at posing. And yet the stance, the curvature, the S curvature of the stance makes it so natural that I'm really quite impressed. And also a very natural looking physique on this body. So I was so impressed with it. I know it's this now this one was actually expensive, $49, but it came with a lot of accessories, two other chest design, let's see, multiple pairs of hands. I believe it had like 12 pairs of hands, and I believe a different head hair sculpt. But yeah, I was so impressed by that figure that I just had to order this one, especially since I found out that it was only $24.95, which is half the price of the female version. However, it comes with a lot less material. So let me go ahead and open it up and I'll show you what's in this packaging. So here's the figure out of packaging. Even at $24.95, look at how many pairs of hands this thing is coming with. Total of 6 pairs of hands. 2 extra pegs. I'm assuming that's for the hands. So I don't know how to do this. So these are the types of hands that you're getting with this figure, and then the other side is just mirrors this. You have a close-fisted hand, something like maybe a gun-wielding hand. No, this would be a gun-wielding hand with a trigger. A relaxed open hand, and more of a grabbing, angry kind of hand. We're just really gonna fly by this review because I kind of know what to expect with the female version already. So this is what I was looking for, whether this part of the body is rubber, and yes, as you can see, it pushes in, and the same thing with the pelvic region. Why was I so curious about that? Because I have this on the top view. Most figures, when you do this with the hand, you're basically stopped by this sculpt on the body, and because it's hard plastic, there's no give. Watch this area over here as I push it inward. Because of the rubber aspect of it, look at how much range that is on the inside. I've never seen that. Even on the 112 scale, I've never seen that kind. Now, yes, this is ugly, but this kind of stuff can be hidden by clothing. Look at that. The arms actually cross. That's freaking incredible. This face, though, I can't tell if it's supposed to be Matt Damon or Tom Cruise. But yeah, I am very much impressed with this one. So that means that this should be able to kick quite high. Well, not that much more higher than the regular Marvel Legends. And notice how the thigh cut is not just a straight thigh cut, but it's actually curving and hugging the muscle group that's going on. That's kind of amazing how they're doing that. And it's able to kick back a lot more farther back because, again, it's bending the more softer rubber of the pelvic area. Let's see. Look at how much that thing goes down. It's a combination of the lower neck and the upper neck joint. Oh my gosh, look at that. So much more range of movement. That's amazing. And then this one, as you can see, it has a drop down joint on the shoulders, and you have a bicep cut. It's not just a straight cut, but it's actually curved again. This one is a double joint, so you don't have any problems with that one. I will say that one of the advantages of the way Star Wars does their um, articulation joint is a lot less intrusive than this one. Obviously, you can see the joint here. With Star Wars, it's just the one. It's still a joint, but this one just is. You can see the mechanical aspect of it quite clearly. The joints are really nice and stiff. It's not loose or anything like that. The hand joints or the wrist joints, very nice and firm. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's amazing. And then for the knee band, double jointed, so you're not restricted by that again. And of course, you have the ankle, goes well down, and just shift it forward a little bit using the peg system, and it can kick up. And then of course, it's a peg system, so now this is a peg system. It doesn't have the forward pin, so it doesn't have as much of a range with the ankle rocker, just a little bit. But the socket that they have in here in the upper part of the thing is, it seems more wider, so you can actually shift the ball joint or the peg back. See that? And shift it forward to get a little bit more range on the articulation. I'm very, very pleased with this one. Definitely this one has a higher value than the female version over here. I can't remember what I valued her as. Maybe like 12 or something. No, I probably would have valued her at around 10 because of her high price. This guy is a 12 though. Now, I don't remember. I believe I compared her with the Marvel Legends Jean Grey figure, and she was standing at around 6 1/4. Yes, she is. This guy, however, is taller than her. Oh my goodness, he's 7 inches. I'm not too happy about that. I kind of wish he was smaller. This is more like a McFarlane figure or a NECA figure size. He's really tall. He's 7 inches. That's kind of disappointing because I really don't want to go into 7 inches, and I was actually thinking of using her this body for some of the 1/12 scale with fabric and soft goods that I had, and just switching the bodies out like Kingdom Come Superman and all that stuff. But those guys are only sitting at like 6 1/4, maybe 6 1/2 at the most. So 7 inches is way, way, way too tall. But I was just curious, 25 bucks, and it almost seems like I'm just throwing money away. But 25 bucks, and I can see the quality of the work being done by this company, and I approve it. I like the price. I like the articulation move range and everything. But you know, like I said, I'm not really a customizer. But if you guys are customizers, and if you're looking for a 7-inch scaled figure, I think this is the way to go. Look how much it goes backwards and forwards, and then look at that, side to side. That's pretty cool, man. That is a lot of movement, very natural looking. So yeah, I definitely recommend this one. This one I would say value of 12. Base price 10, equaling to $25. $25, a lot of hands, and then 2 other wrist peg joints for replacement if need be. I would value this at 12. It's a really good purchase. Unfortunately, it's not the size that I wanted, but that's my kind of like my sticking point. So it has nothing to do with the figure itself. That's it for my review of the 1/12 scale male action figure from Crazy Figure. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you guys again on my next review. Bye.